Hey fellas, so first off, need to apologize for the unstructured video that this is gonna be because I previously made spent about an hour and a half, 2 hours on making a presentation with nice pictures and everything. It was actually better than the last one. And then I after I recorded it, I deleted the presentation because I was like, it's already recorded. And then when I went in to upload it, I realized that the yeah mic was yeah, so I had to redo it. Anyway, so I'm not gonna make the presentation again. So I'm just gonna wing it. So apologies for that, and let's get into it. So first, first one is 0 to 1K bracket. And what I'm gonna do is, if you remember last time, I showed you the MMR brackets, and the first one was more like 0 to 1.5K, and this is what I'm gonna be talking about. Although I know I said it's gonna be 0 to 1K, it's more of gonna be 0 to 1.5K, and then the next video is gonna be it is gonna be 1 to 2K, but obviously there is an overlap, and what I'm trying to get to is the common mistakes and how to fix these mistakes. Now, the common mistakes in all the way from in all the way to 1.5K or even all the way to 2K are very similar, right? The common mistakes are very similar, almost the same, but it's the way to fix those mistakes that is very, very different from 0 to 1.5K and then 1.5K to 2K. The way to fix those mistakes is very different. So that's why it's good to split these videos up. Now, first off, what is the how do you get into the 0 to 1.5K? Like, who are the people in this bracket? These are the first people. These are the people who have just started playing Dota, and that is pretty much what the biggest issue is. That is the biggest. It's not really the mistake. It's why you are in this bracket, and you are in this bracket is because you just started playing. You have very little knowledge of the game, or you almost no knowledge of this game, and you're learning. It's a learning thing, right? Everybody in the 0 to 1.5K is gonna have around less than 1,000 games played. Now, if we look at the Dota heroes, right? If you look at the total number of heroes in Dota, there are 111 heroes, right? Now, to get a basic understanding of all of these heroes, you need to play all of them about 4 to 5 times, right? And that is important. We can't just go on theoretical. We can't just go and read up about all of these heroes one by one and expect to have all the knowledge. That's not going to happen. What you need to do is you need to essentially play them. You need to have a practical, physical experience to be able to get a basic understanding. And if you're going to play each hero about 5 times, that's about 1,600 games played. And if you played 1,600 games, you are definitely going to be out of that 0K bracket, right? 0 to 1K. You're going to be definitely out of out of there. I've had students who were 300 games played and they were 1.9K already. So that's actually like surprising, to be honest. That's really, really surprising to me. That guy wasn't coming from Horn or anything like that. He was genuinely he was just like he had a really good understanding of gaming, I guess. If you have less than 1,000 games played or less than 1,500 games played, and you are in that bracket, you're in the 0 to 1K bracket or 0 to 1.5K bracket. It's completely fine. That's normal. That you have to be there. You have to start from there, and you are all you really have to do. Essentially, the solution is really simple. Just spend some time and practice. Just practice, just play, just keep going, and with time, you will definitely get out of the 1K bracket. There's nobody who's not going to get out of the 1K bracket. So just have patience, keep playing, keep practicing. And what I'm going to talk about today is rather than just just playing randomly, I'm going to talk about how to uh, do some focused learning and how to boost yourself out of this bracket, right? That's what I'm going to focus on. All right, let's get into the focused learning. Now, as I said already, that you need to play every single hero at the around 5 times. Now, if you just play every single hero 5 times, yes, you're gonna get 1,600 hours, but you're not gonna have a very very good understanding of each hero. So what I suggest you do is, oh, you don't need this one. What I suggest you do is, first off, every single person in their profile on you on in Dota, you have this. If you click your profile, you have this all hero challenge, right? I highly suggest that you go and do the all hero challenge. If you're starting Dota, if you're in the 0 to 1.5k, it doesn't matter if you're not even starting Dota. It doesn't matter if you're coming from League of Legends or Heroes of New or the Smite or any other MOBA, right? If you are in the 0 to 1.5k bracket, or even if you're slightly higher or relatively higher, and you have not got a lot of games played, this is something I highly suggest you do. You go and do the all hero challenge, right? You pick each hero one by one and you play him until you win, and then you go on to the next hero. Now, I understand some of those heroes, some of you guys might be stuck with a really retarded hero at the beginning, like, for example, an Arc Warden or a Meepo, and you might end up playing 10 games of that hero until you win by no impact of your own, right? So it's fine. It's completely fine. You'll develop different strategies, and this is what the good thing is. Like, if you are playing that hero over and over again, and it's a really rough hero and tough hero to play, you will develop other things, that you will develop other skills, basically. Like, you might start playing team fights better, or early game better, or last day, or something like that, right? But that's completely fine. You will definitely win the game and you will move forward, but it's going to be rough. Now, I don't just suggest that you pick a hero like, I've got Bane, so I just suddenly start playing that hero. I definitely don't suggest that. What I do suggest is, you have Bane. Okay, let's go on to um, uh, let's start learning about Bane first, right? So what I want you to do is, first off, I want you to go into Dota 2 Wiki. Right, make this your Bible. This is Dota. Every Dota player's Bible. Dota 2 Wiki, this website. Right, you want to go onto this website, and you essentially, at the end of the day, you want to learn every single one of these heroes. You want to read about every single one of these heroes, right? But what this site is really good for is learning everything and anything there is to know about Dota, right? If you have a question, just go in here, just type in your, like, let's say you don't know what I don't know, HP removal is, right? Or I don't know, armor. You're confused about armor, right? Let's say ARMOR, armor, right? So there's a whole huge wiki page about armor and explanation of what armor is, and it will basically give you a really good understanding of how much armor is good to make and how much armor is not good to make. So what I want you to do is, and also items, right? There's mechanics, items, and heroes. These are the three main things on this website that are extremely important. Like, you want to learn about every single mechanic, but this page is super long. Yes, it is super long, but I don't know why. Because all of these, like, everything, there's a full explanation of everything, but then obviously there are articles within this. For example, as we just spoke about armor, right? So even though this mechanics page itself is really small, but every single subsection of this, like, we went over armor, right? If you click armor, look at how long the armor section is. This is just the armor section, and then each one of these experience section, the experience, each one of these is extremely long. Now, you're never gonna read or go through all of this. This is like a massive fat book right here, and there's tons and tons of things to remember. You're never gonna remember that. So my suggestion is, once again, go back to the hero challenge, pick your hero, and once you've picked your hero, go on to Dota 2 Wiki. You go on to Dota 2 Wiki. You read every single thing there is to read about this particular hero. Forget about the lore. You can forget. You can omit that. But start from the abilities. Now, when you go into ability, you will read about. It's the notes that are the most important things, right? This part you will get in Dota as well. Right? Of course, it's really important to learn, but the rest of it, the notes section, that is what the most important part is. Look at how big the notes are for Nightmare, because these are small mechanics which are extremely crucial to understand and know, because the more information you have, the better decisions you will be able to make in game, and the better decisions you make, the more chances you have of winning. And then when you're reading these, you will come across terms which you might get, might not get, but I still highly suggest that you, like, creep heroes. I've never really, what the hell is a creep hero? you're reading it and you suddenly come across, creep hero. What the hell is a creep hero? You click creep hero, and then these are summons that are treated as oh, okay, so these are like summons from heroes like Spirit Bear, familiars from Visage, Warlock's Golem. These are these are all creep heroes. Okay, so you cannot put them on creep heroes. Okay, that's pretty interesting to know. And then things like target unit. What the hell is a target unit? And then you go on to this is the mechanics section now, and you go on to the mechanics section, and you basically understand everything slowly. Like, what is pure damage? You click it, and then you can read everything about pure damage and what it is. And this will give you a very extensive understanding of the hero, of every mechanic there is with that concern with that hero. And then you obviously go on to the item section. Now Bane has a really long list of items, so it's going to take you a while. Most heroes will not have this big list of recommended items, but I do suggest that you go on to um, every single one of these items, right? And you go and do the exact same thing where you read the basic explanation and then the notes. You read the notes. Obviously, okay. Let's look at four staff. Here we go. This has much better, more explained notes, and these are again the mechanics for that particular item. Test each of these items out in your practice in your demo mode. Then this is the tips and tricks, strategy and tip section. This is actually fantastic. This is where you, after you've read everything, all the mechanics, all the what do you call it, abilities and notes of the abilities, come to this strategy and tips and tricks section. And this is where you will get an explanation of what the hero is supposed to do, small tips and tricks, what you're supposed to like try to achieve in your lane, in your with your different abilities, what your abilities strengths and weaknesses are, how you can counter that particular ability. So you need to watch out for those things. Basically get a very good, this is a guide. Basically this is a very good guide for that hero. Now I do suggest that you not look at other guides on the internet, because I have had several students come to me saying that they come to me, we've done a replay analysis, I've looked at their game, and I'm like, what the hell is this build, right? Why have you got this item build or a skill build? And they've told me that, you know what, we were this is a suggested build. We got this build out off of Dota Fire, or one of the in-game, Steam builds, suggested builds, or whatever. And that's the worst thing you can do, because you don't know who made that build. It could be another 1K person who made that build. It could be, even if it's on Dota Fire and it's a high-level player who made that build, it could be a year old or 3 months old. And even 3 months old does not work anymore, because the meta might have changed, the patch might have changed. That particular guy, one particular student, he was copying a 3-year-old build, and he was like, why does this not work? Because the meta has changed, the hero itself has changed. The hero doesn't work like that. You can't just copy some guide that you saw on Reddit or something, right? These guides over here are really good, and later in this video I'm gonna show another website that is really fantastic for guides. But right now we're gonna stick to Dota 2 Wiki. So these guides, this is what will guide you to every single hero, and this is all really fantastic information. Now you will see this ability build on Dota 2 Wiki for almost all of the heroes. Now this is, I don't necessarily agree 100% with going with this build. Of course, if you're 0 to 1.5k, you definitely can go with this build. But whether you are 1.0 to 1.5 or whether you're 10k, you can go on to Dota Buff. You can go on to Heroes. You select your hero, and then you click More Guides right here. Here you will be able to see what the most common items are that are being made. So like you can see, these are all high level players, recent games from high level players. 4.5 cannot really that high, but whatever, who are making these, who are playing these heroes, right? So you can see what these people started out with, which items they got at what time. So you can see this particular guy started out with Courier, Wards, Tangos, and Clarity, and pretty much every single person is starting out with the exact same build. So that's really good explanation for you. And then everybody gets tranquil boots, and almost everybody exclusively gets a eighth lens, and then everybody almost exclusively gets some sort of mobility, whether it be a blink dagger or a force staff. So this is like information for you that okay, this is what I need to build. These are the common things. Like you will have some occasional solar crests or some weird items, but you have to understand that that's like some people will do silly things, or there'll be an item which is extremely good in that particular game. So you're gonna make it on a hero who doesn't necessarily benefit from it. So you wanna omit that. Don't just look at this the 5.5k guy who made a solar crest, so I should start making solar crest on Bane. No, no, definitely not. If everybody here is making that item, yes, definitely that's a good item. Like anyway, so yeah, look at what is happening here, and that is what you should be doing. And similarly, skill build, you want to see what is the most common skill build here. Now, if you see a different skill build, like over here, you can see this guy is going brain sap first, nightmare, nightmare, brain sap, nightmare, brain sap. So pretty much everybody's going brain sap first, but this guy went nightmare first. Now you want to look, what you want to look for is what was going on in the game. So right here, you can see that it was a Bane as support, and most likely a Drow Ranger in the carry lane, right? And then you want to see who's in the off lane. So there's a Tide in the off lane. Yeah, this is confusing because he still shouldn't have gone Nightmare first because I think this guy just made a mistake. He is 4.5k. I think yeah, I think he was supposed. He should have gone because even against a Tide Hunter, you want to go Brain Sap because it's pure damage. It helps you trade with Tide Hunter. You're already a ranged hero with a lot of base damage, and you're gonna trade very effectively. So even like high level players will make mistakes. So you see a common thing happening here, and it's almost all exclusively Brain Sap first, and then Nightmare, and everybody's maxing out Brain Sap first. So this is something that you want to look into and understand that okay, this is a common build. That's what you should be doing. That's it. That's the end of story, right? Tips and tricks we've talked about, and then obviously counters and matchups. Once again, really, really good to understand. You will, if you're gonna play again, you're gonna play that hero. You wanna know going into a game. Okay, Underlord is really bad for me. Phantom Lance is really bad for me. If you see one of these heroes, try to there'll be a little bit of an explanation why that particular hero is a counter to you. Good heroes you are again good heroes you're a counter to, and heroes you work well with. This is all really good information for you. So Dota to Wiki, as I said, this is what you need to read and get a full understanding of the hero, and then go into your game. Play two games with that hero. Maybe you're gonna win the first one. If you win the first one, fantastic. I still want you after you win that first one. I want you to come back and read this section again, the ability section. I can guarantee it that you will still learn something new out of this, right? And once you play and then you come back, you will and you read again and you will find something else new. You will most likely retain more information, right? And if you play two games, you still lose both of them. I want you to come back, read everything, and then go play again, and until you win, so that you can do the all hero challenge. Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about was game leap. Now, when I said earlier that you should not be following guides and builds and whatnot from other places in the internet, that is 100% true, with the exception of um, very few websites, GameLeap being one of them. I have personally not tried other websites which are like GameLeap. There is like one other that I know of. I haven't tried it. I don't know much about it. I haven't heard good things about it. So I'm gonna suggest you stick to GameLeap. It is very very cheap. It's if you get a 6 month subscription, it's $5 per month. So I mean, for some people that is a lot of money, but to be very honest, for the benefits you get out of it, it really isn't. It's definitely worth the money. Now, Game Leap, I want to talk a little bit about Game Leap. It's divided into two sections: hero courses, general courses. General courses is what is the most important part of your learning, all the way up till about 2.5k. General courses is what is the most important thing, because people up to 2.5k are not very well aware of the mechanics and different general things about Dota, essentially, right? And this is what Game Leap goes over very fantastically, like different things like how to split push, how to deal with five core lineups, general decision making, how to creep aggro, lane mechanics, things like that. Very, very small, basic things. There are thousands of things that you have to know about Dota. There's a very, very complicated game, and Game Leap will actually boost your knowledge really, really quickly. And the good thing about Game Leap is you will always have this little thing next to your every single video, which will tell you that this video is actually up to date with the current patch. And that is what the most beneficial thing is, right? If you go on a different um, guides or YouTube videos or something like that, it will never have, information that what is this video, like what is this mechanic up to date with. But these guys, they do a very fantastic job. They keep their stuff up to date, right? Second thing is, so yeah, the general courses is divided into general knowledge and then role specific videos, and these are all really fantastic, all made by really really high level players, all mostly 7K plus people. Um, some of them are actually professional players, and then obviously their videos are also, they've got hero sections, right? So if you do get Game Leap, then what I want you to do is whatever hero is in your all hero challenge, you go and read about that hero in your Dota 2 wiki, and then you go and watch all the videos, and then you go and play, right? Because this will actually allow you to have a really solid, strong understanding of this hero. But what I do suggest is if you are gonna do it this intensely, then don't just play one or two games, and if you win the first couple of games, you just kind of quit because you're doing all hero challenge. I do suggest that if you are doing it this way, this is going to be extremely good focused learning. Then what I want you to do is play like 5 games of each hero that you learn, and especially if you like that hero and you think, okay, I want to keep playing this hero, right? So you play 5 games, you have a very solid understanding, make an Excel sheet or something and say, okay, Bane, I really like Bane, so I'm gonna put Bane in here, and I'm gonna, once I'm done with all hero challenge and I'm played every single hero and I'm out of the 1.5K bracket, I'm gonna have Bane as one of my heroes, right? So make this list, and it will really really help you progress through this game. Right, so Game Leap done, Dota Wiki done, Dota Buff done. Okay, so next thing that you can, now I'm going to talk about resources that you can use for your learning, and this is something that goes on for not just 0 to 1.5K bracket, but it pretty much goes on for all the way up till, like, I still like right now I still watch what there is, yeah, D2 boy. I watch his videos, almost all of his videos I watch, because they're a great source of learning. Yeah, I watched up till this one. Oh no, I watched all of them. I'm pretty much current. Yeah. Yeah, so I watched all of this guy's videos because what he does is he analyzes pro players' games, their movements, their decisions, and he does a really, really fantastic job. So I really like his videos, and I learn a ton from them. And if I learn from them, I can guarantee that everybody who is below my MMR will also learn, if not the same or even more than I learned a ton from this guy. I can swear to you, this guy is amazing. Right? He does a really great job. So uh, these are different resources that everybody in the Dota community can use. But obviously, 0 to 1.5K are gonna get much more benefit from it. So Purge being one of them. But what you can do is you can go and type in your next hero that is in your all hero challenge, and most likely Purge will have played that. He's got, how many videos does he have? I'm sure he's played every. He's got a video for almost every single hero, right? So I definitely don't suggest you go and watch this 11-month-old or 1 year old video. Watch the 3-month-old video. If he's got one of the latest, one of the heroes that you're playing, if he's got the latest video of that hero, go and watch how he plays. He does a really nice commentary of each hero, so you're gonna learn a ton from that. Right. The Purge is one of them. Merlini is one of them. Although Merlini has kind of stopped making videos, he still has these some of these really beneficial things like tips and tricks sections, and um, I kind of forgotten Merlini's stuff. Mini play section is really good. So tips and tricks is mostly what his videos are really good for. Don't need to watch his Merlini plays this particular hero and that particular hero. You don't need to watch those, but the general information ones are really good. Same goes for D2Boy or Dichiboy as he calls himself. These are really fantastic learning videos. And another, actually, I forgot about Blitz. Um, Go and watch all of Blitz's videos. Now, his videos are mostly about Storm Spirit, but the the map awareness that he talks about, he does replay commentary of his videos. The map awareness that he talks about and the way he plays, it's just phenomenal. It is such a great learning experience. It's amazing the way he talks about everything. Like most of us, if you are above 4K, you are doing a lot of those things, but you kind of don't really know that you're doing it, right? And knowing that you're doing it or what you're supposed to do, you is his actual name Blitz Lee? No, okay, yeah, it's William Lee. Okay. Yeah, so having information is really important. And yeah, you can go to my channel as well, and I have an improving at Dota section, which on the first 6 7 videos that I have, I speak about different aspects of Dota that you need to improve on, and this is pretty much general, not aimed at any particular MMR. So that'll obviously help you a lot. And then obviously you can go to the different coaching sections and look for the videos of the sessions of people close to your MMR. That will definitely help a lot because a lot of the people are making same or similar mistakes. Like if you are 1.5k and you watch this 1.4k video, if you're a 1.1k or 1.5k mid player, and if you watch this video, there's gonna be a very similar mistakes that you've been making, and you're gonna learn a ton from that. So this video has once again become longer than what I expected it to be. Thank you if you're still here. Uh, you are probably asleep by now. So good night. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later.